All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Harakakodash. A double honors unto the elders and apostles of GMS Great Millstone, and a sincere Shalom to Yakim, bringing out this word in diligence and in truth. And now, as you know, you've been paying attention. The AT&T, basically companies' phone signals and coverage was basically disconnected, which we believe is, a trial run for the elites, just to orchestrate chaos, because the same thing happened in the End of the World movie, or Slakia, When the World Ends, the same thing happened there. First thing that happened, it was phone communication was shut down, cut off, which led to a host of other events. But the specific part that I want to, highlight is the 911 outage. Because we always say, what are you people going to do when 911 needs 911? When the civil servants of police and fire, they need help from police and fire, then what will you do? Because the women depend on this more than the men. And I say that because, once, even if you look at domestic disputes, the first one who calls the police tends to be the woman, whether it be a real situation or a false one. Same with fire. So what will you do when 911 needs 911? It says AT&T customers are unable to make necessary 911 calls to operators in an emergency after a major power outage. And it's funny, that this happened because when you, especially with iPhone, I'm not sure if it works for all phones, but even if an iPhone isn't yours, and it's locked, you're still able to call 911 from that phone. You can still make an emergency call if needed, but being that this was now disrupted, that was unable to happen, it shows you the severity of how crazy the situation is going to get, man. It says some of our customers are experiencing wireless service interruptions this morning. We're working urgently to restore service to them. The company said we encourage the use of Wi-Fi calling until service is restored. And it's also funny, too, because Elon Musk put out a tweet the same time that this happened, basically saying that this is a test, and we understand the elites, they deal with the predictive programming because part of their left hand is that they have to, tell the general public of the plans before it happens. And now whether the general public believes it or not, they feel as if, that's them washing their hands, so to speak, because they've put it in some type of production or some type of, jest, right? But let's hop into the scriptures, because when this does happen, the people, they're not going to be ready for it, man. And it is going to destroy a lot of people because a lot of people have their hope into these type of government, government organizations. When someone is breaking into your house, they're calling 911. When the house is on fire, they're calling them. If they get robbed or car gets taken, property, whatever it may be, 911 is calling, man. The domestic disputes, as I said from the beginning, women are calling. Ain't no man really calling. So what happens when that help, that has been so beneficial to women is taken away? They're left hopeless. They become victims. This 2 Esdras 15, and I'll start here at 14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword in their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. That's speaking of the civil war, which is going to be multiple, forms of it. Because you have liberal versus conservative, Republican versus Democrat. But then you also go further into the policies, and you have division in between there. And that's ultimately what Yahweh Shema Shai said they would be bringing this division. He says, for there shall be sedition among men and invading one another, right? You're going to have people kicking in each other's doors for the lack of bread. It says, and invading one another, they shall not regard their kings nor princes, right? Political officials. They're going to be in a crossfire. It says, in the course of their actions shall stand in their power. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able, because we understand Esau is going to set up these military checkpoints. It says, for because of the pride of the cities shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword, right? Which modern day sword is the gun, and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. And those calls that you would get or that you would send out to, 911 to the services, hey, they're going to be disannulled, man. So it's just going to be you having to deal with a whatever plague, whatever wrath Yahweh Shema Shai brings upon you. Because nobody is coming to your rescue, man. And that's why it's so important for us, to get closer unto Yahweh Shema Shai. Hey, because he's our help. They're our help, man. There's no way we'll be able to get through all of this by ourselves. Hey, we are not independent, man. We are solely dependent upon our powers of Yahweh and Yahweh Shai, man. And if you don't have them, you ain't making it through. Matter of fact, I want to see what these people say in the comments. Let's see. Somebody from Pennsylvania said, is everyone paying attention with open eyes? The only one we can count on is ourselves. Hey, you do that, you're hopeless. Hey, you thinking that you can just protect yourself, hey, without the help of the Heavenly Father, hey, you obviously don't understand how his how he works. Matter of fact, let's get this in the book of Amos. Because there'll be no way you could withstand this by yourself, man. It's Amos 5:18. Woe unto you that desire the day of the Lord. To what end is it for you? The day of Yahweh Shema Shai is darkness and not light. As if a man did flee from a lion and a bear met him, or went into the house and leaned his hand on the wall and a serpent bit him. Shall not the day of the Lord be shall not the day of Yahweh Shema Shai be darkness and not light? Even very dark and no brightness in it. Right, so it's speaking of what? It says, you desiring the day of the Lord, to what end is for you? Because ultimately, if you're not of the elect, your end will be with your life being destroyed. It says the day of the Lord is darkness and not light. Right? Even when we go into the book of Daniel, matter of fact, I'm going to grab it. It's Daniel 12 at the top. And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, which standeth for the children of thy people. And there shall be a time of trouble such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. And at that time thy people shall be delivered, every one that shall be found written in the book. Right? So speaking of the deadly days that are going to befall us, man. And saying what? There's going to be a time such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. But his people will be delivered. Speaking of the elect. As for everyone else, they have to go through this Amos 5. And the lion, the bear, the snake, or the serpent are all speaking of troubles, man. It may be you make it out of famine and the Lord feed you for the moment, just to get you in a concentration camp. And he may have you free from that concentration camp just to where you're wandering on your own. And now, you get actually attacked by an animal. And then what? He allow you to escape that for you just to be judged by a thermonuclear missile. So those are all the troubles. So it may seem as if you making through everything, but he's really just reserving you for the second death. And if the Lord is fighting against you, there's nothing you can do. So they're saying the only one you can count on is yourself. That's bad advice. The only one you should be counting on is Yahweh Shema Shai, having your hope within him, because that's what the expectation. Says, do not count on our government to protect. Do not count on your government to protect or help us. Hopefully there are enough of us prepared for what's coming. You can never be stocked up enough, and you can never be overly prepared. Pay attention, people. And ultimately, all that stocking is going to be left into the other people, man. Which, you're going to have members of the elect receiving those stocks, because the Lord is going to feed us. Lord willing, we be those men. It says, remind me of what the end times will look like. This is what the scriptures say. Wake up, nation. He's coming back in the twinkling of an eye. Yeah. He's coming back as a thief in the night. That's what he should have said. But it's the same point. It says, return to him and he will restore you and give you everlasting life. Really, you have to be of his number. You can't just return unto him. He has to allow you to return to him and seek him 10 times more. It says, I feel this was a cyber attack, just the beginning of something possible much bigger than just phone service. She's watching. And more importantly, when you look at all these people, as most of these are more than likely Edomites, man. Jake don't be paying attention to shit. It says the easiest way to take over a country in war and least destructive is cripple communication, and that movie showed it. Someone is testing, think illegals with terrorist backgrounds. They say they're all men of fighting age in the military, right? It says, yes, they are here. If you think we will be told the truth of what actually happened this morning, you are sadly delusional. I'm afraid the worst is yet to come, and Joe will be hiding in his basement. NASA goes to Mars, the moon, we have space technology, and in Earth, our nation can't resolve energy technical problems, right? Showing you the hypocrisy of what these, what the elites are pushing out as truth. Hey, but these people here, they're understanding it. But nevertheless, you can understand, what is happening all you want. Hey, if you're not of that number to be saved, then hey, you will be destroyed, that saith the scriptures. But I just want to bring this quick lesson to the body. Lord willing, it was edifying. I want to give all praises, glory, and honor unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Harakakwadash. And double honors unto the elders and apostles of JMS Great Millstone. And a sincere shalom to Aki in bringing out this word in diligence and in truth. Shalom.